Right, so yesterday I mentioned that we have 3 films left that are obligatory films for watching for the spring season of movie watching. Now there are 2, because last night's feature presentation was one of them, and that is Jack and Julie 2003. It's about of course, with the Riff Tracks commentary, available on TubiTV.com. This one is about a computer chip software salesman who dates a software designer in a virtual reality dating program. Directed by and written by James Wynn, who was also in the movie. He did have kind of a successful directing career up to today with the fairly successful movie franchise Birdemic. I think there's 4 of them, and the most recent one was 2022. So he's got that on his resume. So Jack is played by Justin Kunkel, who's just this simpering weasel. Falls in love, like at first sight, with Julie, who he meets in the virtual reality dating program. Julie is played by Jen Gotzon, Julie Romanoff. She's perfect in this role. And then you have some other no-name actors like Patsy Van Ettinger, who plays the mother of, really small role, but plays the mother of Jack. Then you have Will Springhorn, who plays Mark Stevens, the really sleazy, just creepy, male chauvinist best friend of Jack. It's just strange how Jack goes to him for advice when he's having problems with Julie. Like the worst guy to get advice from. And then we have in the computer chip company, the boss or manager guy his name is Bob, and he's played by an actor named Rick Camp. And this guy's really good. But one of the main characters in the computer chip company office is Bill Templeton, who's played by Lee Boren. Bill Templeton is this like pudgy guy who he's kind of like overconfident, and at the beginning he's outselling everyone in the company, and he's praised at the first meeting with Bob about his great sales. But then in the next meeting, not long after that, the company is having a lull in the sales, and so he's talking about the manager is talking about how the sales are down even more now. And then Bill goes, well, it's a tough market, Bob. Oh, sure. Blame the economy. And then the Riff Tracks guys are like, quick fall from grace for Bill. So that guy's really funny. And then you have, also in this movie, ice cream truck. It's summertime. We have Tippi Hedren, who is the mother of Julie, and it's just, for some weird reason, she's named Julie too. It's like if the movie wasn't confusing enough. So you have Tippi Hedren. Again, this is the weird obsession that James Wynn has with birds. As you can hear some birds out here today. She has pet birds in her house. It's just really weird. The father of Julie is played by, well, they're really step-parents, but is played by, I forget the guy's name. He's forgettable. But you also have, that's pretty much it for the actors. James Wynn himself, the director, plays Julie's college computer science professor, I guess. And then you have Damian Carter, who plays Father Love. I'll get to him later. Alright, so the flashbacks in this are really funny. I think, like, the flashback to the lawyer, I think really caught my eye on this viewing. I hadn't really appreciated it before, but the lawyer guy, it's really funny. He's the one with the glasses. And, my glasses make me forget things. And then you have the flashback to the JB Software. Let's found a JB Software in our garage. And then with the like Indian co-founder. Forgot to mention him, but he's one of the flashback guys. Forgot what the actor's name is, but and then when some company purchases JB Software for like $100 million or something. That's pretty funny. The flashbacks to college could be funnier, but they're still pretty funny as they are. And then probably the best part is the quest of Jack to go find out who Julie is in real life, and the people that he meets along the way, and on his stalking mission or whatever. But it's really funny. Like the live-in boyfriend guy that's a funny one, because he's got this job now in a company, and you see his diplomas on the wall, but he still looks like the same. He looks like just a typical like early 2000s frat guy. Like he looks nothing like a business guy. So that guy's really funny. The flashbacks to Julie with that guy in their apartment are really funny. The meeting that Jack has with the ex roommate is not the best one. So he goes to her apartment. That's not one of the best flashback. I mean, that's not one of the best scenes. But the whole thing about JB Software, and then probably the best is the meeting with the computer science teacher, played by James Wynn himself. He was just hilarious in this. I need to go cup of coffee. And then his okay, well, I need to go. I have lecture in 10 minutes. One moment. I remember now. It's just like, this guy's hilarious. I wanted to see more of James Wynn and just his whole disposition as he's sitting there with the coffee talking to Jack. It's just really, really funny. I wanted to see more of James Wynn in this. There's a flashback with him and Julie where she's like, do you know what ADA stands for? She was the first ever software designer. And James Wynn's like, oh, well, I get so caught up with the computer programming and the algorithms and other computer thingies. I forget all about the history. Well, that's interesting. Thank you for telling me. It's just it's ridiculous. So that's probably the best sequences with him. And then this movie draws some comparisons to The Room, made the same year, by the way, 2003. Obviously, it doesn't have the cult following. It doesn't need a commentary of funny comments during it. It stands on its own. The Room does. The Room is better as far as a bad movie, but I do see some of the resemblances, like the location, San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge, just the way it's shot, the way it's filmed. Some of the family interactions are similar, like Jack talking to his mother. So that's similar to The Room. I like the scene where he's getting advice from his mother. It's kind of underrated. She's like, you just need to spend some time with her, just make a little extra effort. It's so out of place. It's just funny. But the plot, I actually kind of like the plot. This whole thing about the guy going into a virtual dating thing to date this girl, and it's kind of real, but he never meets her in real life. But it's he's going on dates with her, and then he finds out that she's dead in real life, but her mind is really alive. Because she made this program where she could live in this virtual dating program. It's I think by itself, that plot, on its face, it could actually kind of work as a decent drama film if it was done the right way. I actually kind of like the way the plot is done. And after Jack finds out that she's dead, and he's trying to reconcile, can I still love this woman? and then he just stumbles into this weird like Baptist church where they're having this like revival thing with Damian Carter is the guy who plays Father Love, and he sings the song "Spiritual Love" with the gospel singers around him. And by the way, that's an original song. So that's like the song "Spiritual Love" in the movie was written by and performed by Damian Carter, which is kind of cool. So I don't think it's not like it's a great song or anything, but it's give him credit for making a song, original song that fits the movie. And I like Damian Carter. I like Father Love in this. It's a weird scene. He's just in the church and he's like kind of grooving a little to the song. And he's like the only white guy there, and it just seems a little weird. But it's like the advice that he gets from Father Love is actually like pretty good for his situation. It's like I've always liked that scene. And then he leaves and says, he goes and meets the dead girl again, and who's in the virtual reality program, and Julie, and he's like, "Oh, I still love you, I'm gonna love you forever." And she says, "Well, I'm not gonna be around forever because she's gonna disappear or something. The program doesn't last forever or something." So it's kind of the movie ends on a down note, but it's one that I watch every May, and it's now become a movie that I'm watching like twice a year. I love it that much. It's just every part of it is just a lot of fun, especially with the commentary. The commentary helps it a lot, but the Room comparison is definitely valid. I don't see who knows, maybe Julie and Jack will get some screenings with people, with their cult fans, but it'll never be as big as The Room, which still gets live screenings all across the country with fans coming in, having their own like interactive fun with it. But Julie and Jack 2003, check it out on TubiTV.com, starring what's his name, Justin Kunkel and Jen Gotzon, directed by James Wynn. Made it through without a phone overheat, so that's all good. And so we're gonna enjoy the rest of this. All right, hey, yeah. So we're gonna. All right, guys, that's my review on that movie. Check it out and enjoy. All right, guys, time to go ahead, dunk. Maybe not all the way, but